Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, this is Jeff James.
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
And you're listening to Outlaw Radio. Oh, hell yeah, Cleveland.
Well, what do you know? Another episode right around the corner here. Sundays come by quickly, it seems like. Turn around, it's Sunday again.
Yep, Sunday again. We're so excited to be back. We have a great freaking show tonight. So much has happened all week long. You're going to hear about our tales, right?
Yes, I have a little bit today where I'm going to talk about what we did last week.
Yeah, it was very eventful.
A couple good bullet points that I will mention, and one of them involved the band, the first song that, or the second song that played just now, that the great cover song.
Yes, it was.
My Cleveland Project. Good job on that.
Yeah, that was Foot Stompin', My Cleveland Project. Renee was singing. She's a great singer. We'll talk about it later because I had so much fun with them on Thursday. It was an exciting time, and I don't want to get too much into it, but that was the second song was My Cleveland Project with Foot Stompin'.
And yeah, we went out there
cool.
Thursday. They're in like a Willoughby or
Willoughby Hills.
And you know that big storm that blew through. When we left, there was like 2 inches of snow in like a minute, and we turned around, we went home, and then it stopped. So then we decided, hey, no, let's go.
Remember that horizontal lightning?
Yeah, it was.
That was super cool.
Some of the neatest lightning I have seen in decades.
Yeah, that was super cool.
It was right over our head in Fairview for a while too. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, so
kind of scary for a minute.
It was for a second.
Because it was right there.
Yeah, we stopped and let it pass us by, and then we got on the road. But yeah, that was crazy. It just like hit right at once. But yeah, we have a great show tonight. Oh, also let me mention the Joe Davis Band kicked us off. That was Hand of God.
That was very good, guys.
The Hand of God.
Yes.
Right? That was great. So welcome to another episode of The World Turns with Outlaw Radio.
We're glad you're here.
Glad you're here. Today we're taking you for a ride across the pond to the UK. We have a very special show tonight featuring a roundtable of interview with artists the Paul Austin Band, James Warr, and Midnight Whiskey Massacre.
I don't know how you pulled that off. Three United Kingdom interviewees at the same time. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think the roundtable thing's going to be really cool. And James Warr is already in our green room. I see you right there, James.
Yeah, I do
What's
too.
up, buddy? Okay. Yeah, awesome. I see you there. Also, we have a little history lesson for you, Jim, which I'm sure you know all this anyway, but a little history lesson for everybody out there because history seems to be erased from time to time, right?
Yes.
So
changed.
Yeah, changed, rewritten. So we noticed that the book of Encyclopedia Britannica, right, when we were kids, totally different history than what's out there now. Well, something down the road we'll talk about.
I can't wait. I wonder what that is.
All right, so tonight we have new music by Devil's Rodeo, James Warr,
yeah,
Midnight Whiskey Massacre. My bad.
He didn't do it. I kind of did that instead of the hand thing.
There we go, right there. We played My Cleveland Project. We have a new band that you've never heard of, Jim, called the Gene Reed Band, which is going to be super cool.
Is that a J or G?
The G.
A G, okay.
The G spot. And then we have Idiot Cargo.
Nice.
Strange name, but very cool, very bluesy. And we also have something very special tonight in Conspiracy 216. They have a brand new song out. They've already made it public, so everybody knows it drops here on Outlaw Radio. That's two sounds at once.
Aren't we going to be talking to him too tonight, Johnny?
Yeah, he's going to be coming on the show. Right. That was the surprise that we just gave away.
Oh, well, I'm glad I'm paying attention this
Johnny,
evening. Thank you.
Johnny, you're out there. You're going to be coming on this show tonight to say the debut of your new song.
Oh, man.
Which is really cool. I'm super excited about it. So tonight we're talking about upcoming shows, non-traditional music venues, the UK country rock explosion, which, did you know about that?
No.
The UK country rock explosion. The Shanae News, which Jim has something really good tonight. The Paranormal Chef has the night off, and he'll be joining us in the comment section. Okay? Sounds good, right?
We're jam-packed with activities.
Yes, we are.
Who's good?
That's some bingo for you right now. So, Jim, do you know what hate views are?
That's when people are hating when they're putting out messages
Yes, that's true.
because they have nothing better to do with their lives.
So they're called hate views. And I got that name, hate views, from Johnny Rocker. We were talking about all the crazy messages we had on our show last week, and we were like, man, that's a lot of hate.
Yeah, there was some sexual kind of stuff I
Mostly about
supposedly
you.
was doing with somebody or something.
Yeah, mostly about you, which I was like, whew, thank you. It's always normally about me when it comes to sex stuff, but this time it was you, and I was happy about it. All right, so anyway, they're views that we get from haters, okay? They're better than our normal views because people that hate us will tune in and give us that view, okay? Now, those views are contributing to the success of our show. And for that, we'd like to give you guys a round of applause.
Thank you so much
Thank you so much
for your interest.
for your interest in us. But on a serious note, we had to do some fixing with the moderation, okay? Because we couldn't have some of the stuff that they were saying out there, right? So what we did was we have a YouTube moderation censorship program that's set, which at the end of the show, none of the comments that they actually put in the comment section actually go on the show because we're the gatekeepers and we can keep those comments from going up there. But what we can do later is then go back into the system and remove all their nasty comments and then also report them at the same time if we wanted to report them. Because to be honest, I kind of like the views. So if you want to give me 20 views of hate, I'm okay with that.
All you haters, come on.
It contributes to the show. And
Tune in.
again,
We applaud you for your
applaud you.
intelligence.
right. So Facebook has a hidden comments feature that can be activated when you put the show out. There's new software out there to track URLs in real time. Now we can post the sender's personal info for the world to see who's the keyboard warrior behind the curtain. Warriors.
We need their URL.
Come on and play.
Who was it that
Right.
thought all you had to do was go on the computer and type in URL? Who was that? Was that the mayor
That was
of LA or something?
Wasn't that Bill Clinton was like,
No, well, he doesn't know the difference between a podcast and a website. You know, he was like,
there's many websites out there that you can watch.
no, Bill, podcast. Thank you.
That's fantastic.
And all you got to do is go to URL to talk to at me.
Right.
Just type in URL. That was the
Yeah.
mayor of
Just type
LA.
in URL, you'll find us. Anyway, so we're not going to do that. We're not going to use the software to track you. We can. And then, but we like the views. And again, we
Thank you. Wouldn't that be something if our views dropped down to like nothing?
Yeah, but
We're all haters like us, or they hate.
wouldn't
like
it be
us.
wouldn't it be great
Like
if it
to
was
hate
just
us.
only people that hated us commented on the show? Anyway, so we are the gatekeepers. We can keep the comments out. It's not Redline Radio anymore. We're the first station I was on where anybody could comment. It just goes right on the thing. We can control that. So if you guys don't even like the comments that you're hearing from them in the comment section, I think you can also block them. So that's something that you can do as well.
And I forgot what I was going to say, and
It's all good. So I just wanted to thank him one last time.
oh yeah, they could all tell how upset we are about them doing that.
Yeah. So there's a couple movie lines I want to use.
Not.
Do you remember the movie War Games?
Yes, slightly.
Do you remember that line where he's like, "Do you want to play a game?"
I'm
That
not.
was the weirdest part of the movie. Anyway, stupid is as stupid does. There's a good movie line for you. And I, again, thank you to the haters. And thanks to Johnny for
I
coming
want
up.
to see that movie now. It wasn't those two kids in their bedroom or anything, right? That
No, wasn't it where they played with the fucking they dropped an F-bomb. They played with the computer and they did thermonuclear war. Thermonuclear
that's the one I
global
was
war.
that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, it was a pretty
Yeah.
cool movie actually.
Yeah.
They had good
That was a
ones.
cool movie, and then they simulated a nuclear war, and that's what the whole movie was about. But that weird computer was like, "Do you want to play a game?" Yeah. How about chess? No, how about thermonuclear global war?
Oh, sure, we could do that.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, so Jim, I did a little work into our summer concert stuff. All right.
Okay.
And I love the idea of non-traditional venues. Have you ever thought about that?
You mean like just outside in nature? It doesn't have to be in a big concert hall or in a bar. It could be at a campground or
Yeah,
or
exactly.
your own backyard or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I know some things.
Exactly. Maybe book a private show on a patio this summer. Maybe we invite maybe 6 or 7 of your good friends and we put on a little show in the patio in the back.
My neighbors would nix that idea immediately.
You could do it acoustic.
Remember the Lawnmower Man?
Yeah, I forgot
I think
about
we
him.
talked about him, didn't we, on a show where I was attacked by
Attacked by his neighbor.
down the
That's
street that
fantastic.
was cutting everybody's lawns, and I didn't want him to cut my lawn, and he attacked me.
Yeah, that's a great story.
It is. And then we have another neighbor that when she walks by, she says, "You're a hole." He just keeps walking.
Asshole.
I do have some good neighbors, though.
Yeah. Hey,
Yes.
how about the guy that lived behind you that did the booking at Fairview Tavern? What was his name?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I
Can
don't
we talk about that story?
No, it was I was playing at a gig, kind of an open mic night, and this individual put his drink right next to my foot. And I'm sitting here playing, and right next to my foot was the drink that he placed. And then his new pedal, his $200 pedal, lasted. I don't even think he got to use it, so I'd be pissed too. But he blamed it on me. I didn't know he put it there. I got up and, uh-oh.
Yeah, Jim broke his guitar pedal, and then the next time he saw Jim, and Jim was in the club, and he saw Jim, and he's like, "That's the guy that will destroy your guitar pedal and not even pay you back."
Yeah, who wants somebody like that as a friend? Ah!
I said to Jim, I go, "How come you never play the Fairview Tavern?" And he's like, "Well, that dude that lived behind me where I destroyed his pedal does the booking."
Well, I guess he doesn't do that anymore.
No, I think he still does because I saw a flyer with him playing
Oh,
there.
somebody told me he didn't, but we will investigate.
Yeah, so I think he's still there. All right, so my whole idea about the non-traditional venue thing was like renting a VFW or getting a cabin in the woods, going to a campground, talking to like porch parties. There's so many options. I mean, why waste your money at a venue when you can just buy your own booze and have a good time?
It makes
Wouldn't
so
it be
much sense.
way more fun and not dealing with people's egos and all that shit? You could just have a couple of your friends and have a little show. I love that idea.
You could book a pavilion at the Metro Park and they have power. I wonder if they'd
love that
allow a
idea.
band. That's near the Little Met or...
Yeah, all those places have those pavilions, and I think you could rent them for in the metro parks. They're like $25.
It's not that much, right?
They're super cheap, and even those cabins are super cheap. And you get a couple of your friends to go in on it, like that thing Avenging Scarlet did last year, and that they're doing this year. They rented a VFW, cost them $500. And if you get a couple people that pitch in, it's not really that bad. And it's way more fun. You don't have like people telling you what to do, and you have to follow the rules. You just have your own sound system, do your own show.
We're going to have to call the Metro Parks and see what we could do if they allow bands. Wouldn't that be neat if they did? And you know how the bands, it would attract a lot of people walking by. So there'd be a lot of people that weren't invited that are going to obviously show. And there could be hundreds.
Well, you know where
people.
Kane Cabin is, right?
Yeah.
By Bay Village area, or is that by Bay or wherever? By the Metro Parks over here in Rocky River. They rent that cabin out. It's like $500.
That's too much.
Yeah. Well, the community, whatever senior center has in North Olmsted has that big stage. You know how much that is to rent?
How much?
$150.
Oh, there you go.
And they have a huge stage.
But do they, we can't do this at 12 noon. It's going to probably have to be in the evening. I wonder if they
be a
even
Saturday
allow-
night. Oh, yeah, they have concerts there all the time.
Oh, okay, then we're all set.
We're there, buddy.
Book us.
We're there. We're there. Okay. Anyway, so I have new music to play. Are you ready from Devil's Rodeo?
Hey, did you see that in the back here? The World's End T-shirt, guys. We'll be talking about them in a bit.
We'll be talking about them later.
I bought a T-shirt this weekend at the Lorraine Palace.
Yeah.
Vader.
Beautiful place. But here we go. This is Devil's Rodeo. Gonna Get Drunk. And this is brand new. Never played before, Jim, on the radio.
Wow.
star. Oh, yeah, gonna get drunk. Yeah, yeah, gonna get drunk. Gonna get drunk, gonna get drunk. Gonna get drunk, gonna get drunk.
Oh, yeah. Devil's Rodeo. Dwayne Albert,
Yes.
excellent musician.
Delivers once again.
Delivers once again. Rockabilly from Cleveland. They like to call themselves cowpunk.
They I like the separation on the guitars. One was total left and one was total right. I like that technique.
Yeah, that was very cool. Hey, Johnny Rocker said during the break that the URLs could be a quality punk band name.
URLs? That's not a bad name for a band.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That'd be fantastic.
URL, you are high. You could kind of use that to your whatever situation you have. You are high.
Marty Schleckman's a basic Captain Morgan beat. All right, Mr. Professional out there. It's not a review show. It's just a radio show. If we reviewed the bands, they'd hate us.
Oh, you got to make a quick comment and move on,
All right, so Devil's Rodeo, cowpunk, rockabilly, blues, rock and roll. He's playing at the Boutique Festival, which is called the Borough Burn 420 Shakedown.
Wellington?
Wellington, that's April 24th through the 26th. Jim Bellinger will be playing. All 3 days Jim Bellinger's going to play. He has so much material, he's just going to play whatever he wants to play.
Yes, I will.
Right? So we have Jim Bellinger. We have the Let It Burn Band. We have Birdo's band, which is called the Tullamore Few. We have Doug Nichols, Kim J. Help me, Jim. Who else do we have? Oblivia. We have... Who else, Jim?
I can't remember right now. I didn't...
Okay, I got it now. Kim J, Doug Nichols, Jim Bellinger. Jim Bellinger also plays on Friday with the Let It Burn band and the Tullamore Few, and there might be a jam session
Oh, I hope there is, yes.
Saturday brings us the big day. Dwayne, and this is not in order, this is just the bands they're playing. Dwayne Albert's Devil's Rodeo, Oblivia, Ebenezer the Crow, and Conspiracy 216.
That's way good.
That's super good. Outlaw Radio will be there from 12 to 2 every day, kicking off the festivities. Music starts at 2. It ends around 8 o'clock, unless there's some encores. But 2 to 8 is the music. The whole thing is going to be a bunch of artists, crafts. They did the glass blowing last year. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That was super cool.
That was.
Jim's probably going to buy a bunch of stuff.
I will. I'll help the vendors. They definitely need it.
Well, yeah, there's going to be...
They got to make a living, too.
Food, entertainment, great music, poetry, crafts. It's going to be a good time.
And when you walk in the boutique, you're really going to like it in there. It's really nice the way they have it set up.
Yeah.
A lot to choose from, a lot of different things.
Yeah, it's going to be very cool. Also, while we're there, we're going to be having a lot of our friends come up. We're going to also do some YouTube shorts. So we'll be capturing performances and then uploading them to our channel on shorts. And those will be available to the bands as well later on. And yeah, it's going to be a great time. It's going to be shared across the globe on YouTube and all sorts of things. So we got a lot of stuff planned.
Pray for good weather.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't rain. I think we will be prepared for rain because they do have the sides up. But then again, you start getting flooding, you got all that electronic equipment. So hopefully it doesn't rain.
The weather around here, a lot of times the storms last a few minutes. Like last week when we were going to see, going out to record with my Cleveland project. That storm only lasted 5 minutes, but boy, what it did in 5 minutes. Boy, if a storm like that kicked up around here and lasted an hour, we'd literally have like 2 feet of snow in an hour. About that much snow in like a minute.
Yeah, it came down pretty fast, man. That was the crazy thing. So there's a lot of things happening in the Cleveland scene. Metal's alive, as you know, Jim. There's a market for metal cover bands out there. We went and saw one last night.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, on
very good
on Friday night. So that music doesn't normally get a lot of airplay in Cleveland at all.
Maybe the college stations at certain hours
Yeah.
they'll have a show where they play some. I've heard it, but
Yeah,
not on the big stations too much.
No, not on this. Yeah, it's not like they play metal from like. And you would think that they would include some stuff that's super heavy throughout the week, except for segmented shows. But whatever. Cleveland is alive with metal right now. It's awesome. And Napalm Death to Conformation of Conformity, if I could speak tonight. There are many fans out there just waiting for something like this, waiting for these types of bands.
Well, I hope it picks up this year.
Yeah, I think it's going to be cool. And I also want to say congrats to Johnny Rocker again. He had a massive debut at Solid Gold Lounge for his band, and it was a pretty good night. We had a lot of fun.
Oh, it was an excellent night.
And I have something cool to show you.
Okay.
All right, here we go, guys. I have something really cool I want to show you. I've been wanting to put this on here for a minute.
Military man, won't you come back? Whoa!
And that's when I just want to say, motherfucker. That was,
We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was Solid Gold Lounge with Johnny Rocker's band, Conspiracy 216. They got me and Jim up on stage. We played that last week. I thought that was really cool. I wanted to put it on one more time to show you. But, yeah.
Good. I'm glad you did.
So not only did we see, and you see the T-shirt in the back, on Friday night we saw World's End, but then the week prior to that we saw Conspiracy 216. So we're starting to get a big movement of metal cover bands. There's always been a couple in Cleveland, but now there seems to be a whole bunch more. You notice that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have. I've been paying more attention too.
He loves the metal.
I
He's a
like
banger.
I like it a lot. I like anything else. I like good music. There's good rock music. There's bad rock music. There's good metal. There's stinky metal. So
Yeah, there's all kinds of music. You're right. Anyway, talking about music, Rockstar Radio Underground on Live 365 has some amazing new shows. Mondays, not a lot of people know this, but with Mr. Moonlight Hour. That starts at 6 o'clock. And then they roll into the Cleveland Rock Hour. That starts around 7:45. And then it goes into the Gothfather, which is a little more heavy metal, gothic music. And you're going to hear like Conspiracy 216 on there and some other heavy bands from Cleveland. Joe Davis band's on there. I believe My Cleveland Project might be in there somewhere too with like Fade Away.
I try to listen or tune in as much as possible.
Yeah, I
on
do
there.
too. I try to get on there at least a couple times a week, if not more. Sometimes on my phone I'll just be at home and I'll just listen along. But she's got a great radio station, Angelina.
Yes, she does. I hope she's feeling better. Having some issues, I guess. I don't know. We shouldn't talk about that. But I hope she feels better.
That's funny.
We don't know what they are, and it's not like we.
Yeah, I want to say hello to Mariah Davis tonight. You're beautiful. There you go, Jim.
Wow, that's Mariah.
Yep. Johnny Rocker's on here.
Hi, Johnny.
Yeah, you're right. Cleveland is bringing the heavy Johnny.
That's right.
And look at those good-looking gentlemen. That's right. Oh, yeah, that was a good time. I'll remember that for a long time, and I can't wait till you bring us up again. That'd be totally a lot of fun. So, yeah, great things happening in Cleveland, and we're super excited about it. I couldn't speak any better for Cleveland because so many great things are happening. And I agree, Jim.
Yes. A lot of people have nice things to say about Cleveland music scene.
All right, so guys, we're going to play 2 songs in a row because we're excited like that. And I got something really special for you. This is going to be the Gene Reed Band, and followed by Idiot Cargo. Hold on one second. Let's cue it up.
Gene with a G, by the way,
Yes,
right?
it is.
Yes.
And I came across this. They might hate this song, but I thought it was very cool. This is called Shooter in the School. This is the Gene Reed Band.
Well, that could be taken a couple ways, huh?
Yeah, this is a crazy song, but
Shoot her or shooter?
Shooter. Like Shooter McGavin. Shooter.
I don't get it.
You don't know Shooter McGavin?
No.
Oh, that was from Waterboy.
Oh, with yeah, that.
Or maybe not Waterboy. I can't remember which one. But that was an Adam Sandler movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is Gene Reed, the Shooter in the School.
Hide with me here in this storm. Maybe he won't find us up against this wall. Did you hear somebody scream? Are those firecrackers or is this just a dream? There's a shooter in the school, showing God how great our leaders are fools. The NRA has made another crowning jewel, yeah. Another shooter in the school. Hey, are you gonna be my friend? Stick together until we reach the end. If we can make it to those stairs, there's an exit door waiting for us there. Hey, there's a shooter in the school, showing God how great our leaders are fools. The NRA has made another crowning jewel, another shooter in the school. Now it's time for thoughts and prayers. Time to get down on our knees and scrub those stairs. Liars are lying in D.C. Children are dying in the land of the free. Yes, there's a shooter in the school, showing God how great our leaders are fools. Oh, the NRA has made another crowning jewel, another shooter in the school, another shooter in the school. Yeah. Oh, another shooter in the school.
Yo, Outlaw Radio is back in the house. Hi, this is Jeff James.
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
And you're listening to Outlaw Radio. That's Mr. Moonlight.
Yes, I'm
I'm Jeff James. Okay, so yeah, that was the Gene Reed Band. Kicked it off with Shooter in the School, followed by Idiot Cargo.
That was kind of a reggae thing happening there. It's a nice variation to play during our show.
Yeah, it was reggae, kind of followed into a bluesy rock tune.
Yes.
Different.
Yes.
Hit you hard in the beginning. Then I came back and laid back a little bit in the middle. You know what's going to come up very soon is 3 bands from the UK. We got 2 guys right now. I see them right there, James Warr and Paul Austin. I got you guys muted so I can't hear you in my headset while we're doing the show. We're going to be bringing you on very soon, okay? I got just one thing I need to go over, and then I have a cool little introduction for you guys, and then we'll do our interview, okay?
They've been working so hard over there, doing a lot of gigs and stuff. I see all your posts. It's really neat.
And these guys are always working on music, right?
They're very serious out there in the UK.
You know, so are we in Cleveland. As you know, tonight we bring you the British Invasion Part 2, bringing James Warr, Paul Austin, and Darren Ironside from Midnight Whiskey Massacre. So British Invasion is hitting off tonight, and we have some surprises along the way, okay? Next week, we bring you Dwayne Albert, who we just heard earlier, Gonna Get You Drunk, right? We played that earlier in the show. And we have My Cleveland Project, who we also played earlier in the show. They will be our interviews for that night. The 16th brings Angelina Green,
Yes.
our beautiful boss from Rockstar Radio in South Carolina.
She'll have some great stories.
She has a banger of a story that's going to blow all your minds. It's kind of a horror story, kind of paranormal, horror, serial killer-ish vibe, and it's all true. That's the scary part of it.
She has an interesting life, to
Yeah.
say the least.
Very interesting. You're going to hear about her. I'm going to bring on my friend Ben Kyle, the lead singer from Oblivia. I've known him for a few years now, maybe even longer if we go back to when I was a musician and playing out. So we're going to bring him on, talk about his new album. They're on Iron Gate Records. On the 23rd, we bring our buddy David Kovac, Sacred Vortex.
Oh, yes.
I love that place.
He's very interesting, very knowledgeable. He knows his art
Yeah.
to a T. How to brew all those different I'm not sure what they are.
You have
Kava
your kava,
roots? Yes.
the kava root in your kratom drinks. And he had these kratom drinks that were so good, guys. He had this root beer. They had cream soda.
I had those.
Oh, yeah, we had all those taster shots. Those were great. No alcohol whatsoever. It's all medicinal.
When you walk out
Not
of the
even like
place,
marijuana, but it's medicinal.
when you walk out of the place, you're going to feel good. You feel it. It's a very wonderful sense of just a good feeling with a good attitude.
Yeah, it does.
And you're not drunk.
You're right. But it makes you feel like you're at a bar. That's the cool thing about it. Like when you're doing your shots of kava, you're sitting at a bar. And I kind of get that like weird mentality thing where I feel like I'm at the bar. But I'm drinking these kava drinks that are making me feel really good. Like making me feel like my mood goes away. I feel nice and chill and relaxed. They have ones that make you talkative. It's very similar to marijuana where they have different strains for different things, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it legal in the UK, guys? Can you give me a thumbs up or the thumbs down if it's legal? No, it's not legal.
What's not legal, though?
Marijuana in the UK.
Oh, okay. No.
Crimey. That sucks. Well, we went years and years without being legal in certain areas of the United States. We happen to have it legal in Ohio, but now I guess the Republicans want to change those laws so they can,
Confuse everybody
Yeah.
and just make things messed up.
Well, let's be honest. First and foremost, they never wanted us to have legal recreational drugs in Ohio, okay?
They
They
did
never
not.
wanted it to pass, but it passed because we're a bunch of druggies, and we want our marijuana, right? Give us our devil's lettuce, as Johnny would say. So they gave it to us, now they want to take some of it away. We're still going to have it, but let's be honest. How many people still go to Detroit?
A lot of people go up into Michigan still. A lot of people. I hear it's better there.
The strains are stronger. You know, but still at the same time, I mean, you still get high. It's not like you don't get high. I don't know.
I haven't been
I
smoking
could go on and on about it.
too much lately, but you know, when I'm with people that smoke,
That's a lie. I'm
it
sorry,
has such
Jim.
an awful smell too. The stuff that you get, it doesn't smell like the regular old weed. It's nasty smelling,
That's funny. Hey, I just smoked today. 3 times.
and I didn't.
No. Okay. He's right. I didn't smoke with you today.
No.
All right. Anyway, so David Kovac will be joining us, and we're going to be talking about kava and kratom and how great that shit makes you feel. Hey, so many people are joining the show. Justin Johnson, welcome to the show, buddy.
Hey, thank you.
Distant Sun Rising, welcome to the show. Also on the 30th, we have LSD. Not LSD to take, but we have Lovesick Drug joining the show. And then we have Jim Bellinger, who's going to be interviewed because I've been wanting to interview this guy long before he ever became a host on the show.
I was Mr. Moonlight a while before I met Jeff at, where was it? Front Street Social, actually, a couple years ago in Berea.
Yeah, a couple years ago in Berea, we met. He was doing a singer-songwriter night, and I just happened to work in the kitchen of a venue at the time. And while I was doing like a different show called Loud and Local. And I met him, and I liked him.
Out front, I just went out front to sit out in front at the chairs, and Jeff was there, and we just, you know, it started off just a casual talking, hey, what's happening, whatever. But I kept going there like every week for about the whole summer, and we just kept on talking more and more. And then look at us now.
Yeah, look at us now. Many things happened along the way. So we're going to do the interview with Jim Bellinger, and it just so happens to be that that's going to be the Real Men's Health Summit. We've done 2 now. I think this is our 3rd one. This one will be about enhancements, not just sexual enhancements, but many other enhancements that men use, like supplements, working out, good health, things like that. So you're going to hear me, Jim, and Matt discuss real men's news and play a ton of music and interview Jim.
I'm getting ready for that right now.
Hey, Distant Sun Rising said, come play here. I don't know who she's talking to. I'll come play anytime you want me
Yeah, book me.
Book me, baby. Okay, and then I'm going to quickly read off April before we get into our interview. But April, we have Gregory Nicholas coming back. We're going to be talking about aliens, Antarctica, and dreams, because he's also a dream interpreter. I forgot to mention that when he was on the show last time. But we only have so much time to talk, right?
Boy, I have questions for him. At times I have these weird dreams, man.
Yeah, I've been telling you, you lucid dream. This dude is lucid dreaming like 3 to 4 times a week.
I think it was the caffeine. Actually, at times, after 80 cups of caffeine, I walk around and I feel like I'm dreaming at the same time I'm awake. It's true. But
it is true. And I said to him, he's like, I'm awake, but I'm dreaming. I'm like, you're lucid dreaming, buddy. Do you know how hard it is for some people to do that? And he's doing it like 2 or 3 times a week, and he's at a different fucking planet.
It was the caffeine, I tell you. Really, I stopped drinking caffeine about a week ago, and then all that crap went away. I was getting migraines and all kinds of stuff. So
it was funny because
I think they should ban caffeine in these old nursing homes. Just no caffeine whatsoever. I wonder how many people have anxiety because they're drinking caffeine.
Mr. Moonlight says to me, he's like, I feel jumpy and shaky. And then he realizes a few days later he's drinking extra strong coffee, not just regular coffee.
I bought this coffee maker, and it was like 3 times the strength. And after one of those, I was like, uh-oh. And I was so dumb, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. And I went through this 20 years ago with the same thing.
Yeah. He's like, I feel weird. Oh, my God. That's too funny. Anyway, so, yeah. Mr. Moonlight, high on coffee. And so, yeah, we're going to have Monica in London from the band Still in Darkness on the 6th, also with Gregory Nicholas, and he'll talk to you about your crazy, weird dreams, okay? On the 13th is a very cool show. I'm super excited about it. We've been going up to Smedley's a lot. You guys have to check out Smedley's if you're ever in Cleveland. Great place.
They're back in action. They had a little timeout, a little owner change, and they are back. Last weekend, that place was packed.
So Stibbs, Rob Stibbs out there pretty much handles all the music. We're going to be doing the Cleveland Rock Scene show where we feature all of our Cleveland bands in the rock genre. Stibbs and Sully will be on the show, and we're going to talk to both those guys at the same time, like a round table as well, okay? On the 20th brings us Matt J. Chase, Best in Outlaw Country. We'll be playing a bunch of country music. Paul Austin will be on that. James Warr, you'll also be in the rock category as well. And then the 24th through the 26th, we'll find us at the Boutique in Wellington for the festival, where we go 3 straight days, 12 to 2.
And anybody could come up and chat with us during the show.
Yep. And the best for last, this is going to blow your mind. We have on the 27th, the last show. So after that festival, that Sunday, we're bringing you Stephen M. Walters, who, if you guys don't know who he is, I'm sure all the rock bands know who he is because he does all the promotion for record labels, bands, radio stations, podcasts. He does all of it online. Guy's amazing. And I know James Warr and Paul Austin probably know this guy. We also have Mark S. Berry, who, if you don't know who this guy is, he's big time.
Yes, he is.
He's big time. And we're going to talk about him later in the show, okay? And then lastly, we have the marketing director who handles all the promotion and marketing. I worked with him for over a year, Dan Portick from BVS in North Olmsted, which is my hometown. They have a studio there. It's a sound studio, okay? So you have like a TV set, you have a podcast room, you have a huge green room. Loud and Local was done there for over a year. And we're going to sit down and talk to him. Oh, he'll be on the show. He'll be sitting down. We'll be talking.
Yes, that was a nice guy there at BVS.
So today I started booking May. I'm not going to go too much into May, but I will say that we have some cool guests coming in May. Marty Schleckman, who you saw in the show, we're going to talk about Jim's beginnings with him, and he's a musician and songwriter. We also have Alan Fayer from World's End. We have some really great guests coming, but I'm not going to get too much into it because I want it to be a surprise. All
Anybody
right?
that wants to be on, contact us.
Yeah, definitely. And thank you so much. There's so many people out there watching the show and listening in right now. That's fantastic. Having a great time.
It really is. We're so thankful.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to jump into a song. When we come back, we will be bringing you across the pond the second invasion. Okay? Sounds good?
The second invasion. Ooh.
The second invasion. All right, this is Eric Paul. The song is called Paradise Lost.
Time escapes all reason. This is the season, chains rattle on. His kingdom groans loud as evil drenches all, in spite of his call. Lost is our voice, humanity's choice. We speak from the grave. As mysteries are laid, a wasteland of paper, long ago savored. Time and reason know no season. His hand stills the ticking clock. Time and reason know no season. His hand stills the ticking clock. Oh. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John scribbled a spirit song, relentless at last. speak of the past, his reason for living, service and love giving. What crossed between he and man was his darkened hand. Stretched wide was his call. The view of man's fall, the fruit in his hand, Eve's gift to her man. Paradise lost, oh, paradise lost. Time and reason know no season, is and stills the ticking clock. Time and reason know no season, is and stills the ticking clock. Oh, oh, paradise lost, paradise lost. Oh, paradise lost.
You guys. Jeff, I don't think we can hear you.
No, I can't hear
Oh,
nothing either, James.
No, how you doing, Paul?
How you doing, man? I can't hear shit.
Yeah. No, I can't either. I don't think they're aware.
No.
Yeah. Here we go, Jim. Totally
Oh, yeah.
forgetting
There you
to
go.
bring us in.
Okay.
Oh, well
Oh,
done,
really?
Jim.
We were. Oh, you can hear us
Yeah.
now?
Forgot
Yes, we
to
Yeah,
hit
we
that
can hear you.
we're muted. Son of a bitch.
Yeah,
That's twice
I
in a
can hear you.
row. 2 shows in a row, Jim.
Yes.
All right. Anyway,
You're
going
fat.
back, Americans get the day off from work on October 10th to celebrate Columbus Day, which we found out that may not be true. It was discovered 2 years prior, but it's not in the history books, okay? It's in the old history books, not the new ones. All right, so we commemorate that day on October 12th, 1492, when Christopher Columbus officially set foot in America, claimed the land for Spain. It's been a national holiday in the United States since 1937, where they settled in Jamestown. And Jim, have you ever been to Jamestown or Yorktown, Virginia?
No, I have not. Jamestown, New York, but not in
Okay.
Virginia.
Well, I lived in probably 15 minutes away from Jamestown for a couple years in Virginia, and it's awesome. You could see like the Mayflower. They're replicas, right? But they have a port. They're parked at it. You could walk up and see the village where the settlers settled, and it's super cool. The craziest thing about it is in 1492, when they landed that summer, because they landed in October, so that following summer, they set up too close to the water. So if the Indians didn't get them from coming in from the water and killing them, it was the mosquitoes. They all got malaria
Oh, did
and
they?
got super sick, and a whole bunch of them died. Yeah.
I thought you died when you got malaria,
Yeah, you-
basically.
It's probably horrible, too, because back then there wasn't, like, any real medicine, right? Like witch doctors.
Nothing for malaria.
They're witch doctors, man. They're putting leeches on your body. All right, so, yeah, a bunch of them died in the summer of 1492. Thanksgiving was held at Jamestown, which is very interesting. So fast forward a little, and America was still under British rule, but the new Americans longed to have their own country. The United States declared independence from Great Britain on July 4th, 1776. This is when the Continental Congress adopted the Declaration of Independence. The American Revolutionary War continued until 1783, when the British surrendered to the Americas at Yorktown, Virginia. The war officially ended with the signing of the Treaty in Paris in 1783, which granted the United States full independence and established its border. The two countries fought a war in 1812 over several issues, and we're what you would call brothers at arms. But that was then. This is now, so let's bring on the next British invasion. We have James Warr and Paul Austin.
There you go. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
What a heck of an intro
Thank
and a history lesson. Oh, my gosh. I have to write that down.
James, I didn't know whether they were kicking our ass or inviting us to come on the show. I'm not too sure what was going down there. Man.
I mean, either.
Hey, don't you love when the guy producing, and you know what? We should fire that producer, forgets to hit on air. I mean, the button is like, I'm looking right at it. But
Yeah,
we're
it's the big red
so
button.
we're so immersed in conversation, we forget it. That's why we need a producer. Right?
Yes.
All right, guys.
Can we hear them good enough?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I
good.
can hear you
Yeah.
perfectly.
Okay. You're
Can
going to
hear
get
you
some
really clear.
questions
James,
now.
hello, buddy. Let's remind them
Hello,
that
mate.
it's 1 a.m. in the morning here.
Yes, I
Yes,
know.
it is.
And we're going to knock
we-
out this interview really quick for you, okay? Because I
We've
know
all got work in the
you
morning.
guys want to get up. You have to work. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's rock it. Okay, so guys, we hear a lot about music venues closing in the UK. Can you tell us what the music scene is really like in the UK, and if that's true or if it's not true? But that's what we hear about. And let's start with Paul.
Okay, well, let me tell you about that. That is true. There's a huge amount of venues closing for a number of reasons. One is just the cost of keeping venues open. The cost of power and electric in the UK now is disproportionate. We're just going tax and tax and tax, higher and higher and higher. The cost of entertainment, the cost of just getting a beer in a bar has become prohibitive, to be honest with you. People have got to go out. A beer in the UK, guys, to give you an opening gambit, is around about $7 in your money. So, you know, you go out with your girl and you want to have a couple of beers, you're already into $50 plus before you even take transport to the gig.
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you have, in America, we call them dive bars. Do you have dive bars? where
Yeah,
the beers are
everything's a
cheaper?
dive bar here if you're going to play a gig. Let me be right about
$7.
that. They're all dive bars. Everything's a dive bar. I mean, you wouldn't get a
Okay.
show otherwise. Well, the problem is those dive bars are surviving on tiny, tiny margins. Nobody goes out in the week, so your gigs are sort of pushed towards maybe Thursday, but certainly Friday and Saturday are the main gig dates for most bands. Even if you're like me, I'm a pro. I don't work I don't have to get up in the morning. But you know, even as me, if I can do a gig in the week, there's going to be nobody there. Let me be very frank about that. Most bars don't even charge a cover charge these days. It's free to get in, so bands have to negotiate whatever they can to get, you know, whatever fee they can arrange, whether they ticket that thing themselves, whether it comes out of their own pocket, or whether you take, you know, maybe some of the takings off the bar. But be under no illusion that finding a show in the UK, it's a bit of a fight. We've got 150,000 different types of bands, and maybe, just maybe, I'm going to say 500 what I would call proper gigs, where you're gonna, you know, they've got their own PA, they may give you a back line there, they may provide you with a drum kit, you know, and they've got a sound engineer that works the shows, and he maybe gets free beer and a few quid just to do the gig. So you've got 100,000 bands of every genre fighting for those 500, maybe 700 gigs that are available. And remember, they're only over the weekends, because you've only got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe what we call a bank holiday here, where we get a long weekend where the Sunday becomes another holiday. Nobody's got work on a Monday morning, and there's only them 4 of those in the year. So for us, and I'm sure I don't know about James's band, but for us, we're not even seeking that many shows in the UK. I'll be honest with you.
No, we're the
We're
same. We
overseeing,
don't do many.
yeah, we're gigging in Europe now, where there's far more venues and not a lot of bands doing what we do. So we're
Yeah,
hitting Eastern Europe, where they're sort of 25 years behind in their musical movement, which allows bands of us who are a little bit more traditional, real rock and roll, beer drinking, hell raising, to really establish quite a good following, and we get paid pretty well in Europe. It's very cheap to fly to Europe from the UK. I can go to the likes of Belgium, France, Germany for under £50. That's like $60-$70 return.
That's right. And you could
And
take the train, right?
absolutely. And do you know what? I don't want to take the train. It takes too long. But I can
Yeah.
fly into Europe within an hour and a half from any airport in the UK. I'm down near Manchester Airport, so it's an easy access for me, or Newcastle Airport. James will tell you these things. But
Yeah.
the gigs in the UK are a real struggle, guys. I'm not going to lie to you there. And it's also important to note there's no musical movement in the UK anymore. The scene we had in the 60s, the scene we had in the 70s, the likes of Mark Bolan, Slade, Gary Glitter. Then you move to the 80s with the New Romantics. Then you're moving in, with the new wave of heavy metal. Then you're getting into the glam rock, etc. Then you're coming out of that. There is no movement in music. The punk scene has gone. They're on the fringes of punk bands that were pretty big in the late 70s, early 80s, who are just really doing the last of their sort of leg tours. They're doing farewell tours 10 times over. So there is no scene like we had. Nobody dresses in their thing. They don't come out looking like punks. They don't come out looking like heavy metal rockers wearing their metal dresses. It really is quite a challenge, actually. And certainly for my band, we're not concentrating on the UK like we would have done in the 70s and 80s. We're out of it, man, to be honest with you. We're moving towards the fringes of Eastern Europe, the likes of Slovakia, the Czech Republic, Romania, those sort of places. I mean, we're off to
I see you in
Bratislava next week.
Slovakia.
Yeah, that's our thing, man. So for the UK, I'm going to be dead honest with you. I'm over it, and there's just no real opportunity to for original bands to get off and really make it happen. There's too many tribute bands, too many cover bands. Every single day, somebody said, "I'm going to form another cover band." Is there a drummer out there? Is there a guitarist? And it's ludicrous. I mean, it's the same music, just getting machine washed out time and time and time again by just people that can't make up their own music. They've got no creativity. It's dead easy. You can get paid a lot more money being in a trib band or in a cover band. I'm going to let James jump in now so I don't take over the talking.
No,
Sorry,
it's all right.
No,
I have a question for James.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
do you
Yeah,
want to elaborate on what Paul said?
yeah. I think Paul's right. I mean, we tend to book a venue, sell the tickets, and do it that way, so that we're in control of it. But I think the days of just turning up at venues and doing a gig and getting a few £100 or a couple $500, $300 or whatever, they're gone.
Yeah.
And as Paul says, I mean, I had experience of tribute bands. I was in a jam tribute band for 4 years, and you could just you pack out venues, 500, 600
Yeah.
people every single night, and make make more money than you can as an original artist. But
Absolutely.
it's crazy. It's kind of dying. But I think, like Paul, I could sort of concentrate on Europe and America because
Yeah.
it's still a big scene, and England is nothing going on here really, not anymore.
With your posts, I see that you guys were playing out of the country a lot. I did notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, what they're saying is they have to go to different countries because UK is, as far as the music scene is concerned, right?
It's terrible.
that's a
I mean,
shame.
The other thing is,
And that's crazy
Yeah.
because the Beatles and the punk rock and everything that happened in, especially London, when we think about the Clash and we think about all those big bands.
Yeah.
And that
I think
scene's
those
just not
bands
there
are still
anymore.
there.
Yeah.
The musicians are still there, and they want to record and produce original material. But
As far as
going to
playing
see-
out, you're
it's
going
very
elsewhere.
difficult. Yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, if you go and see a big band, like a big name band, you're talking maybe £100, £150, $200 to see a big band, and that's what people spend their money on, and it's so
Yeah, I get
expensive
that.
to go out here now. It's like as Paul said, you go out and have a few drinks, it'll cost you $100 for the night.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
No, it's very similar to the United States here. It's
Yeah.
very expensive for us to go out.
Very expensive.
I personally don't even drink much anymore because it is so expensive. But
Exactly.
all right,
Exactly.
so I got a question, and we'll ask this to James first, and then we'll go to Paul.
Yeah.
And we're not going to go too much into it, but like in America, we have a lot of division here, politically and otherwise. Okay, does that take
Yeah.
a role in the music scene in the UK for you
Into
personally?
what politics in music?
A little bit,
No,
because we have a little bit of that in our music.
I mean, I think it's not a big thing here. I mean, it was Paul will remember, but in the sort of late 70s, early 80s, when the punks were around and the skinhead movement, then
Mm.
it was everything was political.
Yeah, that's
Whereas,
how
I
I
mean,
think of music
Oh,
from the
okay.
yeah,
UK.
yeah. But I mean, nowadays it tends to be, um, I don't know, as Paul says, it's kind of all whitewashed, really, isn't it? It's all clean. There's not many guitar bands out there anymore. There's not anybody causing a fuss anymore like rock music. It's very tame, the British music scene's a lot of R&B and that kind of stuff, and it's all media controlled. Do you agree with me, Paul?
Yeah, I do I would at what you would call the high professional level, because it's all
Yeah,
packaged. It's packaged to be sellable, brandable. Can I get this band on a biscuit tin? Can I get this band
exactly.
on a T-shirt? At the
Yeah,
level that we're playing at, and I hope, because I know James has been in a jam band. Let me tell you, I've seen that tribute band, and they were red hot. So to give me an idea, the level where I'm playing at with the guys that I'm playing with,
yeah,
in the clubs, it's still pretty raw. It's still what I
yeah.
would call a rugged gig. It's sweaty, dirty, beer all over the floor. In the gigs, these are the real dive bars I'm talking about.
That's
And
what
you,
we like, though, isn't it?
yeah, and you get real musician lovers in there. People that have
Yeah,
a
you
full
do.
genre of music. So they'll listen to punk, they'll listen to glam, they'll listen to new wave of British heavy metal, country rock, etc. They're eclectic in their music loving. They don't take sides either
Yeah,
politically or musically. They just want to see a hot band deliver a great show. And that's the only way you're going to get seen. I mean, we're lucky enough that we've got a full calendar. We could keep going on it, but it's not paying a lot of money, to be honest with you. We have to go overseas
yeah,
to get at least enough money to enjoy the time and make it pay for everybody to do the recordings. Because we
yeah,
self-finance, we don't have a record company behind us anymore. It's too hard to even find a decent record company. But
yeah,
there's no politics really like it was when the punks were doing their thing. Although our own music, we are writing about issues that are affecting people in the UK. Veterans sleeping on the street, people are poor, people have got no money in their pocket, kids are going cold, old pensioners are getting hungry. Um, we write contemporaneously about the issues, but we're not asking you to vote for us or pushing a particular party. We're just saying, look around and listen. Look around and try and make a difference. That's the way our music goes. And we also write about chasing girls and drinking beer. Let me be very honest
The
about
best
it.
part.
You know what I'm
So do
saying,
we,
guys?
man.
There you
So do
go.
we.
That is what we want to do. But I am finding that what used to go to the student union gigs, James will tell you, the student unions used to run great shows. They had great venues. They would put on great shows, but they are a problem. They're driven by, I'm going to use the word wokeism. They're driven by political agendas within the universities, where they will cancel certain bands because that particular band may be too raunchy, maybe too misogynistic, maybe too wild. So you're not getting that kind of fun that you would have got in the student bars, which had great stages. You get 400 or 500 people in these sort of gigs, make decent money on it, and have a good fun. That isn't happening. I mean, I can tell you that for nothing. We can't find the university gigs like you used to do.
No.
So we are constrained to musos that own clubs, the likes of Newcastle, venues like Trillions, the likes of Bannerman's in Edinburgh. Now, these bars, which are real dive bars, are hosting quite major acts, guys. I mean, Enough is Enough, Spread Eagle, bands like this. I'm going to see this weekend, I'm going to see Ronnie Romero, who's the vocalist out of Rainbow, at a local bar where I live. I mean, go figure that.
yeah,
And this is the vocalist out of Rainbow. even he can't get the big venues. So
Yeah.
we're talking about. So if you think I'm chasing a gig in Newcastle, the same show that Ronnie Romero's chasing, or Mark Mendoza's chasing, or John Corabi's chasing out of Dead Daisies. I mean, these are gigs that I'm playing in myself, and yet I've got, recorded artists of that magnitude chasing the same gig. That's the trouble I've got over here, guys. I'm chasing gigs where John Corabi's chasing for the same show.
Yeah, that's tough.
It is tough.
That is tough. I could see that. Yeah, that'd be like if me and you, Jim, were trying to get Whiskey a Go-Go. See, the thing that we need to make our viewers aware of is this. Like in the United States, we go from state to state to state. Now in Europe, they go from country to country to country.
That's right.
Yeah, country to country.
I'll switch with you. I want to go to country to country. That sounds freaking awesome.
You know what? James is going to tell you, because of Brexit, which you know about, we left the European community, that has also put a problem in for bands like us, because we're not allowed to work in Europe like we could before.
Yeah.
So it's actually quite difficult to get clubs to be, okay, we'll come over, we'll pay you, we'll sort it all out, we'll do all the this and that for you.
They're not as friendly to you guys now?
Oh, listen, the Europeans are all over British rock. Because they can't get that music in their countries, right? They'll get a tribute band doing an AC/DC tribute, but they can't vocalize the actual song because they can't get their accent out of the way. So when you're hearing an AC/DC song with a French accent, believe me, it's not a very nice thing to hear.
I never thought about that.
Either. That's funny.
So
That's
when they get a UK singer, there you go. When you get a UK vocal, or an American, an English-speaking vocal, you'll ram the place solid. They can't get enough of it. And that's how we found that overseas we were being welcomed from Norway to, as I say, Czech Republic, Poland, those sort of places. Absolutely, I can't recommend it enough for my UK contemporaries, and that's where we're searching for shows. Because I can't compete with Ronnie Romero, who's been on 3 Rainbow albums and a worldwide phenomenon vocalist, when he's trying to get the same venue that I'm trying to get into.
Yeah. And the other thing is we can't really go to the States because it costs such a lot of money.
Yeah. You're not, but we are going, as you know.
Oh yeah,
no, you'll be at Whiskey a Go-Go, right?
Yeah, we're booked to pay the Whiskey.
In LA, good.
Yeah,
you better believe it. Now
I've been there.
We're going on our own.
Are you doing a lot of gigs there?
Pardon?
Are you doing a lot? Are you trying to pack in a lot of gigs?
Yeah, we are.
Just to make it pay.
We're heading for that show.
You should come all the way across to come to Ohio and play Cleveland.
You know, the thing is,
I'll get you a gig.
Let me tell you a little bit. Let me tell you about the love we've had in America. And if you don't indulge me just for a few seconds, I know we're talking about the British invasion, but I think that happened in 1960, guys. It ain't going to happen again. There's no British invasion happening anymore. But what is happening is this: we are cross-meeting with bands from the US, Canada, elsewhere, but particularly from the US, who are showing an enormous amount of love for people like ourselves. There's a Stonebreed out of LA, Stone Pusher out of Texas, who have been absolutely 100% behind us. They're indulging us on their website. They're blowing up our story on their websites. They're following us with their own followers. They're bringing 10, 15,000 of their followers to look at our music. Now, that kind of expression of love, that kind of expression of support from band to band has been, for me, overwhelming, to be honest with you. You don't see that in the UK, not really.
No.
Because everyone's vying for all these gigs, it's really every man for himself. It's like a sinking ship. But in the US, we have been spoiled by people advising us how to deal with, at the Whiskey, how to do ticket management, how to deal with the merch over there, where to stay, where you can hire gear, this type of thing. I mean, this is fantastic support. And, Mike out of Stone Pusher has invited us to play with him in Texas. Stonebreed, the guys out of Stonebreed there, Carlos, who did a great thing with the LA Fire charity record. He's done a lot to help us break into that USA moment. And I'm hoping, because we're a UK band, there'll be that level of intrigue that people want to come and see. It's a UK band, they're playing in LA. Let's go and give these guys a look, because I've seen every other US band. So we're hoping we got a little edge that, we'll have a good support there. That's what we're looking for.
No, I don't want to keep you too late. So,
We're
okay.
okay. I'm having fun.
We have one last question for you, and then we're going to play three songs in a row, including both your songs. But we do need to take a station break soon.
Sure.
I want you to tell us, and we'll start with James first. Tell our listening audience what you have in store for 2025, what your plans are, where you see yourself
right.
by January,
Yeah.
man.
Okay, well, I've just finished an album, which we're just mastering now, and then that'll be out. There's 10 tracks on there and one cover version. So as soon as that's out, start promoting that and gigs later in the year. And then we start recording a new album straight away. It's already written. We just got to start recording it, and then we'll promote it, and do our best to get over to the States at some point. That's the plan.
Well, definitely, I'll say this: when you do come, you have to come to Ohio and look us up for sure.
Well, you're getting a lot of love from Outlaw Radio, so you could add us on your list
Thank
there.
you, man. Thank you.
And Paul, what do you have to say?
Well, we've had I can't tell you how busy this year's been since January. Just to give you an idea, the first video's out, which is for the track Saturday Night. That's blowing up all over the place right now. We've had nearly 8,000 views. It's only been on the YouTube, I don't know, 10 days. Super pleased about that. Yeah, we're really pleased about that.
Wow.
We've just finished recording a full album, a bit like James. We've recorded that overseas. We recorded it in the studios in Slovakia, which we get a bigger frame of studio, far more equipment for less than what I pay for it in the UK. So we're recording overseas as well. We've got a great engineer from Gila Studios, he's a Hungarian based engineer living in Slovakia. Absolute genius on the mixing desk. We've just done a new video for a track coming out later, probably in the next month or so. It's called Cover Girl. And we did a full video, full camera crew, the whole thing down in a big warehouse in the steel town of Sheffield. We're gigging like crazy because we're on a thing called the Ostentatious Tour, which is the new album. So we're being cheeky with that. So we're promoting that as the tour, Ostentatious Tour, back into overseas on the 10th of March for some more shows. And then back over here to kick off more UK dates. Really getting our stagecraft together for the US dates. We've got 3 dates actually in the US, all in California. But obviously the Whiskey Tours is going to be the stamp of approval. We've got to do that gig absolutely rock perfect. You got the ostentatious sticker, man. There you go. Well, that's the front of the album.
Surprise you with that.
You got it. So the whole of the album cover is using pop art, simply because we want people to recognize it in the, oh, that's crazy. That's a bit funky. Maybe we'll pick it up and look a bit further into it. So we've invested in a designer out of India who's doing all the pop art for us. So the videos for Cover Girls in editing right now. The shoot was over 2 days. Got a new actress in that. She was great. She's really put a big effort into that. Touring through to Slovakia, Czechoslovakia, Norway, then back into the UK, up to London to do a couple of shows down there in London, around Camden. So pretty excited about that. James will know these shows. These are the ones that are on the circuit. And really prepping ourselves, really getting our stagecraft up to speed so that when we hit the US, where there's going to be no mercy if we mess up at the go-go, that we hit that go-go absolutely tight as you can get it and deliver a great show.
I'm sure you'll kill it.
Babylon AD there. So there's like 5, we've got to cram our time in. We've got about 30 minutes on that gig. But I'll tell you right now, if anybody's in LA, come and see the PA band at the Whiskey Go-Go on 8th of August, because we are going to smash that place apart, man, with rock and roll as we know it. So we're pretty excited about it.
Man. We're very excited for you. We follow your music, as you know.
Thanks.
Me and Jim both listen to.
I know you're always there. Listen, without radio stations like you, James and I don't even get. There's no door. There's too many gatekeepers on the FM studios. That's the problem.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Hey, man, we play everybody, and if we like you, we'll play you more and more and more. And as you guys know, we play you guys a lot.
Yeah,
as well as other bands too. So
we're liking your stuff all the time. Your posts.
Yeah, we totally are.
Listen, without independent radio, it's a real challenge. We only have really one rock radio station in the UK. Would you believe that? Called Planet Rock.
Wait a minute. Wait, what? Only one?
Yeah, I'll tell you. The only real rock radio station is Planet Rock. It's controlled by Alice Cooper's a DJ on it. The vocalist out of Thunder's a DJ on it. Joe Elliott's a DJ on it. So, an independent band like what I do, like what James is doing, to get through the gatekeepers of FM radio here, very difficult. Very difficult indeed.
It's not so easy here either, I don't think.
Oh, I think it's way easier.
Well, easier here
than it is for them in the
We've
UK.
got so many. There's so many stations.
Have you guys ever played Liverpool? I had to ask that question.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Is that a good gig right now up there in
Liverpool
Northern?
is not. I think I wish I could really give you some good news, but Liverpool isn't the Liverpool you would think about when it was, the Beatles and stuff.
Okay.
Our whole
Liverpool has gone through.
process.
Liverpool's gone through a whole new regeneration. A lot of building work. They're remodeling now the dock area. The Cavern's still there, but the Cavern has become just a tourist place, man.
Yes.
You
I
go
can
there
see
and have
that.
your stupid drink and take a photograph.
And
It
you
is
walk
not a
over
gig
Abbey
like
Road.
you might remember. No, not a lot of gigs in Liverpool.
Huh?
Oh,
No,
man.
we don't have the.
Are
To be
you Pink
honest,
Floyd
live
fans, you
music
guys?
for us. Live music is Manchester, Sheffield, and London. Everything in between is pretty slow. It's crazy. It really is slow.
Yeah.
Could be
and
better
so,
here too. Could be.
well, my US buddies tell me the same, but you've got so many bars in the States
That's
that
true.
you've got a pretty good choice. If I come to Ohio, there's probably 1,000 shows we could find around the greater Cleveland area.
There are many venues. You are correct, and
Yeah,
the
and
beers
that's-
aren't
I mean-
$7. You could get a beer for you could get deals here, and as
Yeah.
low as like $3 a beer and stuff.
Yeah,
at
I-
places.
We just
Still
don't have
shitty
that in
beer,
the
though.
We just don't have it.
Yeah.
Now. Don't have it.
Yeah, it's shitty beer.
Who cares
Well,
after
we have
3 or
great
4?
beer.
3 or 4. All
Yeah,
right,
great
guys.
beer.
Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We loved having you on the show.
Thank you.
What we're going to do is we're going to lead out the show. We're going to play 3 in a row. We're going to take a station break. We're going to start it off with, just so you know, we'll be starting it off with you, Paul Austin, followed by
Thank you.
James Warr, and then another guy, I'm not sure if you know him or not, but Midnight Whiskey Massacre. We're going to start with him. Finish with him. And again, I want to thank you so much for coming
You
on the
bet.
show across the
Where's
pond.
my buddy
What's it-
James gone? Have we lost James?
Yeah, we lost James, but I
he's
see
still
him
alive.
right there. We're actually going to be going.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Sorry,
totally.
we got you off the screen there. I don't know what happened there.
I think, we just lost him, lost connection. But guys,
James,
we're
I'm
going
going
to
to
go to our
jump onto
station break.
your. I'm
Thank
going to
you so
jump on your.
much.
I'm going to jump on your Facebook, man, and reach out through the Facebook just so we keep in touch.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's always
Definitely
good to
do
know
that,
another
and-
band in the UK, and I think anybody that stays up this late is pretty committed.
yeah, they are. I'll tell you this: the fans in Cleveland are some of the best fans in the world. We are the rock and roll capital of the world. A lot of people come to Cleveland to play, and the thing is, if you guys came, we could get you shows like crazy. Everybody want to play.
I
have you
should come
play
with
on their
James,
shows.
and that would be a British invasion. A couple of bands hit into the States. That's how you do it.
Yeah,
Because
definitely
the biggest
invade us
challenge
one
for
more
us
time.
is not getting there. It's the equipment. We've got to have people that can help us with the gear because we can't afford to bring the stuff over.
Yeah, I get that, but definitely could probably help you with
It's about kit,
accommodations
like-
as well.
A lot of the clubs here provide a back line for you. Like the whiskey provides everything, by the way.
Yeah, there's a lot of places in Ohio and Cleveland that do back lines and the whole bit. So that's the
what we
one
need
thing
now.
about Ohio, United States is you'll find that everywhere.
We
And
got to
again,
do that, and we got to go over to Texas and hit that place,
Yeah,
man. That could be
Texas, man.
fun.
I got an in for you in Texas too. So
Well, we got
Just
our
hit me
brother,
up.
though. We got our brothers
I'll
there
help
in
you out.
Stone Pusher. We're going to get them
Definitely.
guys on this, man.
all right, well, this has
James,
been
good-
Outlaw
good to
Radio.
talk to you, James. It's
James
good night
Warr.
from England, by the way. We're in England here today, so it's good night from England to our US brothers, and thanks for having us on the show, man. Really do
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much. This has been very cool. Jim, would
You
you like
bet.
to say goodnight?
Hey, good night,
I'm
you
going to
guys.
listen
Thanks a
to
lot
you,
for
but I'm
being
going
on the
to chill
show.
out if you don't mind.
We
All
can't
right.
wait to talk to you maybe this summer or something, or even sooner. So,
Well,
have
I'll tell you what would be a great time if we hit the Go-Go. We should reach out live from the Go-Go. That'd be fun.
oh yeah,
Yeah, let's do that for
You know,
sure.
we
Let's
could-
plan on that.
You know how it's going, maybe get a reel on or something, but we certainly could talk about what's happening in August. That'll
Hey,
be fun.
People will tell you Outlaw Radio is down to do anything that's fun and to
Oh, that'd
help
be great.
support and do the whole bit. So whatever you want us to do, just
Thank
let
you,
us
man.
know, and we'll do it for you. We'll do
Great
whatever it
listeners. I
takes.
hope your listeners enjoyed something a little bit different tonight with the UK
they
thing.
love this, I'm sure.
I'm sure they did love it. We had so
I
many good
noticed somebody
comments.
said they wish it, they thank us for Motorhead. Well, that's another
that's
story.
Johnny Rocker.
I'll tell you about my time supporting Motorhead another time. We got more time.
All right,
So,
cool. Next
I'm
time
that
we
old.
bring you on, we'll talk about Motorhead. I'm sure Johnny will love that. So stay on the show. We're going to kick you from this platform, but stay and watch the show if you can. I know it's bedtime.
Well, I'm going to watch
for
from
you
my
guys.
bed because I'm going to crawl into the bed and watch it from there, guys.
Yeah, that sounds great. Well, again, this is Outlaw Radio. We thank you, Paul Austin and James Warr. You gents have a lovely evening. All right.
Over and out.
Good
Up with
night.
the horn. Take care, guys.
Take
God
care.
bless you, man. Thank you. Get us off this platform so we can relax.
Yeah,
I know,
we're
I
gonna do
know.
it right now. I'm
Okay.
kicking you off
James,
one
reach
at a
out to you,
time.
man.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, that was very cool, wasn't it?
We pulled it off. You pulled it off. 2 people from England on our show knowing all about the European music business, going from country to country.
Yeah, so cool.
They're working their butts off. I see posts from both of them, both James and Paul. They're working all the time. They're in this country, they're in that country. What do you over there? What is there? One like a instead of multiple there's just one passport that you need. I wonder. I wanted to
No, I
ask them.
think that you probably need a
Passport for
I
every
don't know,
country, or
dude.
with the European Union, maybe you have this one passport that lets you in multiple countries.
I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
know, but
I would think that you have to. Your passport includes multiple countries that you want to go to, right? I think that's how it's done because there are certain countries that have different limitations.
well, I
I
wanted
don't know.
I wanted
never
to ask
traveled
them.
that much like that.
I wanted to ask them, but that would be getting off the topic too
Yeah.
much. You know, we're not
And-
all of a sudden we're talking passports. No, that's not.
And we need to take a station break, Jim, because we need a little break here. I've been hinting at it for a while. All right, so we're going to play 3 in a row. This starts it off with Paul Austin Band, followed by James Warr, has a brand new song, and then Midnight Whiskey Massacre with their brand new song. Here we go, gents. It's Outlaw Radio.
Costs are rising, out of control, and the taxman chasing me for the money I owe. Ain't no chance for a man with a wife and a family.
They've already shut you down, turn the lights out. They're hiding in places they shouldn't be. Oh God, what's happening? They're coming for all the good ones. Not sure where we go. Run like hell if you can. Don't look back because it's shut down. Shut down. Shut down. Shut down. They've already shut you down. Turn the lights out. They're hiding in places they shouldn't be. Oh God, what's happening? They're coming for all the good ones. Not sure where we go. Run like hell if you can. Don't look back because it's shut down. Shut down. Shut down. Shut down. Look out the window, you can see the lights. Feel the warmth in the sky. Look out the window, you can see the lights. Feel the warmth in the sky. Look out the window, you can see the lights. Feel the warmth and it's shut down. Shut down. Shut down. Shut down. It's shut down. 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 Shut down.
Hell yeah, that finished us up with Midnight Whiskey Massacre. Started off with Paul Austin, James Warr's new song, and then Midnight Whiskey Massacre. And I will say this, I talked to Darren Ironside. He's in the last band we played, Midnight Whiskey Massacre. I'll say it for the third time. He had to work early in the morning. It is like almost going on 2 o'clock in the morning in the UK, so I'm sure he wasn't able to do that. But I'm sure he's going to watch the show. What's up, man?
Yes.
I hope you enjoyed hearing the music, talking about the local scene. But he's out in the countryside in England.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. It sounds very peaceful out there.
It sounds very peaceful. So I assume that, in rural areas like in Ohio, you probably don't get the best Wi-Fi as well. So not disappointed you didn't make the show. We'll make it happen another time, and we'll be able to get him on. We're at the boutique or something like that, and it's earlier in the day. It might be easier for him. But, yeah, that was great. Those guys had a lot to say about the UK.
Yeah,
we'll have to bring him on again.
They were very good. We're lucky, aren't we, to have these good people come in?
And we're lucky in the United States. We have to admit it, guys. We are so lucky to have the scene that we have and the support that we have. It's freaking great. It is shocking to me when I hear about, like, Liverpool and stuff, how they don't have the music scene that we have.
No, they don't.
All right, so I have something very cool coming up. We're going to start off with a little video montage of a bunch of stuff that we have that we want to show, and then we have something very, very special. Are you ready, Jim?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Military man, won't you come back? Whoa. You don't have to fight this war, no.
What's Matt's? looks like a loop, maybe. I'd be running away, buddy.
Yeah, so that's very cool. Hey, Johnny, can you hear us, buddy?
What's
Hey, Johnny.
up, gentlemen? How we
All
doing?
right. Let me turn you up just a little bit in the mix.
All right, sounds good, man. You guys hear me?
Yo,
Yeah, I
yeah,
can hear you
sounds
just
really
fine.
good, and you're looking good.
Appreciate
Looking
it,
good,
guys.
bro. So we have
Man.
something very, very cool happening tonight. As I said earlier, Johnny Rocker, Conspiracy 216 joining the show. What's up?
Absolutely, man. Appreciate
Fantastic.
Outlaw Radio Nation for having me. So tonight's really special, guys. So literally, there is no other place on the internet right now you can hear what you're about to hear. So this is a brand new song called "The Haunted One," and it features our homeboy Anthony Gonzalez from Four Locos on lead vocals. We just recorded this week, and it just dropped all our jaws. We knew it was something special, and we knew Outlaw Radio was the first place it had to be.
We're
to be
honored.
out there. So before you can buy it on iTunes, before you can hear it on Spotify, it's going to be right here tonight, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think.
Well, heck yeah, man. We're super excited about it. Thank you so much for allowing us to play it first before anyone else gets to hear it anywhere else, right?
Absolutely, man.
Freaking
Love you
great.
guys.
Thank you. That's cool.
We love the exclusive. So go for it, Johnny. Introduce your song and let's kick it off.
This is The Haunted One from Conspiracy 216 featuring Anthony Gonzalez. Let's go.
All right, here we go. This is for you, Cleveland.
These damning voices, they're screaming in my head. The mind's contorted. I shroud his sides. My anguish, unending torment, echoes of failure, shackled by the past. These damning voices, they're screaming in my head. The mind's contorted. I shroud his sides. Paranoid as hell, driving his well stressed and pain. Weight on my brain, pulling me apart. At the ears, I feel my fear. I'm a suicide. Spiraling down, let the demons out fully again. Slowly, I'm a die. Never float, I can hear so fate is clear. I'm the haunted one. I am not going insane. I am not going insane. I am not going insane. I'm losing my fucking mind. I'm losing my fucking mind. I'm losing my fucking mind. These damning voices, they're screaming in my head. The mind's contorted. I shroud his sides. Your worthless abyss. The voices speak to me. The empty soulless. I'll never be free.
Have it.
Oh, hell yeah. That was fantastic. Great job, Johnny. Another
man,
fantastic song.
Absolutely, man. Like I said, our homeboy Anthony just took that shit to the next level.
Yes,
So,
he did.
I was telling Jim during the song, Anthony Gonzalez, Tony, the singer of Four Locos, correct?
Yep.
Four Locos. We saw them at Shooters.
Yes, we did after they got the award for best, rock band or metal band? I forget.
Best local cover band, I
Oh,
believe.
yeah, that's it.
They won that. That was a little after the show, but they were nominated at that point. And yeah, that's Anthony Gonzalez, Four Locos, singing on Conspiracy 216, new song, The Haunted One.
Absolutely.
Excellent song. And thank you so much, Johnny, for dropping it on our show. We appreciate
Thank you,
it.
guys. Thank
And I
you,
believe the next time that you can see these guys live, do you know when that is, Jim?
No.
As it stands right now, when is that, Johnny?
It's going to be April 26th. We're going to
April
be headlining the
26th.
fest, baby. So get ready. It's going to be fun.
They are headlining. They're the last band on Saturday night. Gonna blow the doors off the facilities there.
Yes, the
At
outdoors
Boutique.
is going to see some frequencies that they haven't seen in a while.
That's probably true. And there's
right.
going to be a lot of people that are going to be coming to see that show at the very end.
We
They're going to
hope.
hear about it all through downtown. That's the cool thing. All right, Johnny, we're gonna let you go. I want to thank you so much for being a part of the show again. Thank you so much for sharing your exclusive with us. As always, it was a pleasure.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. And like I said, look for that song to hit all your digital storefronts probably in the next 24, 48 hours. So hit us up on Facebook, Conspiracy216, and Conspiracy216.com. Love you guys. See you
All right,
later.
love you too. We're Outlaw Radio. Johnny, you have a great night.
All right, you
Take
too.
it easy, bro.
Thank you.
All right, yeah, that was fantastic, right? Johnny Rocker released his brand new song to us. We're getting so much good stuff. We had My Cleveland Project, brand new. We had so many good things. What a great night of music tonight.
It is.
Fantastic.
That was surprising. Nice to hear that. Boy, Cleveland has some good stuff happening.
Yeah, new music coming out all the time. And here's the other thing. That interview was great. Hearing about those guys in the UK, I had a totally different mental image in my head of the music scene in the UK, which blew me away. Then we have Johnny Rocker come on and play an exclusive for us. I mean, does it get any better than this?
We're going to try.
We're going to try. I'll say this. We're going to be talking to Shanae in just 1 minute. And before we get to that, we had some really great things happen this whole week. And I just want to thank Jim for all his help supporting the show. I want to thank you guys out there in Cleveland for supporting us, all the bands for having us out. And let's roll into it. Let's roll into the Shanae, okay?
Okay, everybody. Well,
Shanae.
yes, sirree. Well, I'm just going to recap what happened this past week. It was a good week, so I thought I'd mention a few things. First, last Sunday, we had a pretty good show. We interviewed two great guests, Johnny Rocker and Monica Ann Solis. Boy, they were good.
They were excellent.
They both delivered, excellent interview for Outlaw Radio. They were definitely worth listening to. Johnny sure knows what's going on in the Cleveland scene, and Monica was very cool. We loved her stories and her personality and her cheerful and smiley smile. So Jeff and I were really happy to have you guys on the show. We want Monica and Johnny back as soon as possible.
Yeah, we sure do. We want to bring back our guests many times over because, let's be honest, Jim, there's just not enough time in the show to really get into the grid of an interview.
That's true. But I think we're doing a good job, doing it in short ways, short little clips.
Yeah, we definitely are.
And, I think our last week was our best show for views, wasn't it?
No, we still are underneath our best show of like 179 on YouTube alone. But overall, yes, on all the platforms, we crushed it on the last show. We're doing really good.
Well, I'm hoping maybe this show will be the best one. But last week after the show, I spoke with Trash Man Dean, and he mentioned he saw Monica's interview, and he said he was blown away listening to her. And that was really cool. Thanks a lot. I hope you're listening and you hear this.
Hey, thanks, Trash Man Dean. He is watching the show tonight. I did see him in the comment section, and thank you for stopping by. We appreciate it.
And I did speak with other people that listened to the show and really like Monica's interviews. They found it very entertaining.
Oh, very cool.
We really, like Johnny's band, Conspiracy 216. I'm fearful that one of these days I'm going to go Conspiracy 216,
I always thought maybe it might be Conspiracy 440 or Conspiracy 411, which also are very cool names. But Johnny, the URL, I'm with the URLs.
Yes.
I think that's the best punk band.
We need more guests like them, that's for sure. And, and Jeff says, in fact, we have some very good guests coming up, including Mark Berry of AMG Sony. And we're going to talk a little bit about the co-publishing contract Mark has offered to me, which is very exciting.
Well, let me say this, Jim.
I can't believe it, actually.
Let me do a little introduction of Mark Berry so our listeners out there know exactly the type of guy you're going to be signing with. He started his career at like 16, 17 in the music business. He did setups for Paul McCartney. He was around the studio when John Bonham performed with Led Zeppelin and recorded. He's produced Billy Idol, Carly Simon, Duran Duran, Kool and the Gang, Voivod, just to name a few. He produced my band when we signed with him back in the day, okay? That's Marcus Berry. Please continue, Jim.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to comment. Last week, at the show, we had some difficulties at the beginning with sound and stuff like that. But and I was thinking, oh no, I hope this show is good because we are perfectionists and we always want a good show. And after the show, I'm going, oh, I don't know if I even want to listen to it. But we did listen to it. It wasn't that bad, right? I think it was okay.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. There are a few mistakes on my end. I'm working on it. We'll have it down by summer for sure.
And I sound like I'm reading like a third grader half the time, so I'm trying to get better on that one.
Hey, real quick, Johnny Rocker said they're a tribute band to Conspiracy 215.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
215, you mean?
Yeah.
So again, last week was big. I got a call from Jeff Wednesday saying, hey, I just spoke with Mark Berry, and he wants to talk to you. So you got to call him. So I called him, and I couldn't get through on my cell because it was an international call. I think it was Canada or something, Montreal or something.
Toronto.
Toronto. Oh, okay. So I got on my landline and made a call, and I left a message, and then the next day I got a phone call. And a little story about that is I almost ended up, I was 1 second from hanging up on Mark Berry because it was a landline, and I usually get nothing but phone solicitations, and I just wait for them to, leave a message, and they never do. So, anyways, I'm thinking, this is a phone solicitation. So I said hello, and it was 1001, 1002, 1003. There was no answer for it seemed 10 seconds, and I was just getting ready to hang up when I heard a faint hello, and it was Mark Berry. 1 second, guys. So it actually worked out good for me. I didn't blow it. So I actually had a good phone conversation with him. He went over the contract a little bit. Didn't go over the contract, but he said he was going to send the contract, and he made it clear that it was the standard industry contract for co-publishing. And I did get the contract, and we did review it. So we have a little bit of work now, and we have to send in a list of all the songs that I want to put on the platform for my songs, and it includes who played on the songs. So I'm going to have to put Tim Ginley and a bunch of everybody that played on my songs on that thing, and there are royalties that they get, right?
That's right. You will
playing on it. So if I get some royalties, Tim Hammond, Tim Ginley, and Tom Dodak and a bunch of other people, there's royalties there. Maybe 5 cents or something. Who knows?
Hey, this is the best part is that since I get to manage Jim, I get to advise him on this royalties. So I'll be advising him on the royalties that he'll be paying you, Tim. I'm just screwing with you.
Now I have to get an attorney, I think. You know, I heard about the old days when the record companies would put a big 8-ball in front of a band and go, here, sign this contract after you do the 8-ball. You know, they all got in such trouble. So we're going to try to avoid that. We don't need
Jim.
Contractual disputes or anything like that. So
You could always buy yourself an 8-ball and snort up a bunch of lines and then sign your contract.
yeah.
You could be on your own under the influence. You don't even need them. But then again, I don't know. I don't trust those drugs these days.
Well, what else did I do? Let's see here. Last week, what did we do?
Oh my God, we had a crazy week.
Okay, we mentioned it already, but we were invited to go to hang out with My Cleveland Project and do some recording. I guess they wrote a song, and they invited us over, and they had us put our parts. So I put on a guitar part, and Jeff was the lead singer. He got the big part here. I guess we're going to redo the song, but it was a good a little demo, I guess. I'd like to mention the names of the people in My Cleveland Project. First, Dave Belizzi. We went to his house, and he has
That's for you, Dave.
an unbelievable studio. I thought I had a nice studio. Not really. It's nice enough. But this place was unbelievable. It had like 7 rooms in it. It had a listening room. It had a drum room. It had a practice room. It had the main room with the board, and there were other rooms. What were they?
Yeah, don't forget the haunted vocal booth
And the
and the dead
walls,
room.
The walls are like 12 inches thick. So when you walk into a room, it's like, wow, it's really quiet. It's kind of weird having it so quiet.
Oh, yeah. The mastering room where they sit and listen to the masters and the mix downs was really cool. Good job, guys. I mean, we had a freaking fantastic time. This was something that was brought up, and then suddenly we had a Thursday it was available. I also want to say happy birthday to Renee. She celebrated it with the guys in the Let It Burn band and all those wonderful people at Whiskeyville. She celebrated her birthday there. Happy birthday to you. We unfortunately couldn't make it. We were with My Cleveland Project. Not only were we there doing skits, and we did a whole bunch of video.
Yeah, we did some skits. We did some video. Everybody was so nice and friendly. It was. I've always wanted to meet the musicians on the East Side, at least some of them.
Cool.
And I finally did. These guys know everybody from Eric Carmen. You just name it. They know them. They played with them.
We signed the wall. We signed the wall just above the guy from REO Speedway.
I said, nah, you got to be kidding. There's no reason why I'm going to sign that wall. But they wanted me to sign the wall, and I did, and I spelled my name right, so it worked out good.
The one stipulation is you actually have to play on a song.
Oh, is
to
that
get on
was
the
that?
wall.
Oh, that's what it is. Oh, okay.
And, so how it happened was he invited us. I set it up. I let you know that we were going to go. But he wrote to me in the morning and was like, hey, I wrote a song. You can play guitar on it, or you could do whatever you want on it. And I said, well, I'd like to see Jim play lead guitar, and I sing a little bit. And so I sent him one of my songs, and he was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to change the chords because you have a Jim Morrison-style vocal. And I was like, yeah. And so we went over there, and we recorded and had a great time. It was amazing. Thank you so much.
I had 2 Cokes, so that was cool.
And you did a little shot of Mad Dog 2020.
I had a little squeezy of it. Mad Dog. They were drinking Mad Dog 20, you know.
Yeah, they were.
It was pretty good. Well, there's other people that I wanted to mention.
Okay, go ahead.
There's the guitar player, a young guy, Micah Bosco, I guess I'm pronouncing that right.
Yes.
Really nice guy. And we have Mike Tyler, who I believe is the keyboard player. And then we have Renee Bosco, who is Micah's mama. And Renee, as you may recall at the beginning of the show, sang the cover song and really did good. What song was that at the end? Foot Stomping.
Foot Stomping, what we played today? Yeah,
boy,
Foot
did
Stomping.
she sing good. She was talking like I was talking to her, and really nice, and she was talking like she wasn't any, like, I'm still trying to get good and stuff. And then I hear this song tonight, Foot Stomping, and I'm telling you are good, so good for you.
Yeah,
Renee.
that was fantastic. Oh, well, he said to me during that song, he's like, who's singing? I'm like, that's Renee. That's the girl that we hung out with. That's the girl that sang the backing vocals on the song that we did.
Wow,
And
I
he's like, man, she's got a good voice. I'm like,
Yes,
yeah, she's
yes.
great.
And we have somebody else, Mr. Blue Sky. I believe that's Russ Mosnick. And I don't know if I'm sorry if I'm missing anybody that was there, but those are the members. Well, My Cleveland Project really isn't a band that plays out. Am I right? It's just they're a bunch of musicians that together and write and record music, and maybe they play out every once in a while, or they have projects on their own.
So, Dave, if you're out there listening, enlighten Jim and tell us. But what I think it is that they have a project. They're recording all these songs. They're inviting all these great musicians to come and play on these songs. We were just so lucky enough, me and you, to be able to be on their next song. It's actually going to be coming out. I don't know what the name is, and I'm not sure when it's coming, but it will be coming once we get back in the studio with them.
Yes.
And so that's what they do. And I do believe, because they have that live room, eventually they're probably going to start playing out all their songs. Maybe I even said to Renee, I go, maybe it's a 1-year event where you bring everybody in that recorded on the songs, and then you play those songs and you bring all those people in. How fantastic would that be?
Awesome.
Right? That'd be so cool.
You already brought up the photo that the picture that was taken.
Yeah, it's up there on the right side. I'll show you again.
Okay, there it is. It's up on. Yeah,
it's right there.
And I'm the guy in the middle with the red.
Yep.
And
Lunatic Fringe right there with his blonde hair. And then there's this one that Dave made that he sent me, and this is us as in Halloween costume.
Vampires and stuff like that.
Vampires and zombies and the whole bit, because his studio's haunted. But yeah, very cool, right?
I don't know what was the highlight of the week last week, but we're going to cap it off with what we did. Friday night we went to go see.
Yeah, Friday.
My favorite Cleveland rock band. There's a lot of good rock bands out there, but I think they have the edge right now. And we were blown away at World's End. I have a T-shirt that I bought after the show and displayed right there. Nice T-shirt, very cool. So
yeah, they were excellent.
I couldn't believe the sound. What band?
Higher opened. Higher was the Creed tribute band that opened, and Alan Fayer was also the lead guitar player in that band.
And they were I think the same bass player played in both.
Yeah, I think it was the same bass player. I think it was a different drummer, different singer.
So they were outstanding, and I'm thinking, oh boy, World's End better be pretty good to be better than these guys. So they came out, and not to take anything away from the opening band, but World's End did deliver, and they have fans, and they're going crazy the whole show. So it was absolutely outstanding.
Well, this will make you excited. May 4th, Alan Fayer is going to be interviewed on Outlaw Radio.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah,
very nice.
After the show, we did talk to Alan, and he's one of the nicest guys. He is just so humble,
cool.
And just so super cool.
Well, that was the second time we've talked to him. The last time was at the Cleveland Music Awards when they were up for Best Cover Band against Four Locos. We had the guys from Four Locos on the show. We were going to have Alan Fayer coming on the show. So it's great that we're mingling with all these great artists.
Yeah, it really is.
Very cool.
Yeah. They were nominated last year, but Four Locos won.
took it.
I like both bands. I'm not going to criticize any Cleveland band now. There's metal. I think the best metal band, or my favorite right now, is Conspiracy 216.
215. Remember the cover band.
216. Boy, they got it. I don't know if anybody's going to touch you. And in World's End, I don't know. That concert had some of the. I haven't been to a lot of concerts lately, but I was thinking, I can't believe I'm listening to this. It's almost like it was the best concert I ever went to, and I told Alan that, and he was really happy to hear that.
I'll say this. Here's two things I want to say about. Here's three things I want to say. Lorraine Palisade, they're beautiful, beautiful inside.
We didn't practice that either.
We did not practice that. See, guys. We're in tune with what's going on.
Yeah, we are.
We're like on a psychic level. We're able to communicate. Here, I'll do something telepathic for you.
You're not thinking anything.
No, I wasn't. It's amazing that you knew that.
He had a blank mind.
Blank mind. I just
nothing
went blank.
emitted from it.
Like a zombie. I just tuned out. Oh yeah, that's funny. So my Second thing about Lorraine was the roads.
Oh yeah, you guys, it's like oh man, the west side of Cleveland has
It's like
the worst
driving on
roads.
air.
Though every road in Lorraine downtown where 6th Street and Broadway or something like that, the road and the sidewalks and the lights there, it is like a party atmosphere. It is beautiful there. The infrastructure in Lorraine will surprise you. They actually pave their roads.
It was so nicely paved, and it was paved all the way down 57. And if anybody's ever been on 57 to get to 90, it's a long road, okay? And that was paved. It was paved in gold.
In Fairview, Lorraine Road, 210 at Westgate, it's disgraceful, actually.
We pay super high taxes to live in the suburbs, and our roads are crap.
And you go to Lorraine or anywhere else.
It was amazing.
And they're pretty nice. I went down to South Carolina this past
Yeah.
New Year's Eve, and I got back to Cleveland, and they had the worst roads of anywhere. Of course, the weather beats on roads up here, and it's tough down in North Carolina or South Carolina, but that's no excuse. If Lorraine can do it and other communities, Fairview, get your act together.
All right, and the third thing I'll say about that place is the sound was awesome. Perfect sound. Like, their sound system was amazing. Maybe a teeny bit muddy on the bass, but it was by far probably the best sound I've heard in any venue in Cleveland.
I just couldn't believe it. That would be a good place for the CMAs, the Cleveland Music Awards.
They don't need that big venue at Temple.
And quite frankly, I'm sorry to say this. I'm not sorry to say this, but it was the worst imaginable, if that's the word, sound system they had at the Cleveland Music Awards last year. It was just outrageous. When we got there, there were like 50 to 100 people out in front, and we're thinking, oh, this place is packed. And then we walked in, and it was maybe 100 people in there because it was so loud.
Yeah.
People just had to flee and go out front.
I went all the way up in the top. Hey, I got to point this out to you, Jim, because this is going to probably really excite you. But this guy says, thanks, guys. This is the World's End drummer, Dave.
Hey, Dave. Yeah.
They said they had a blast. Always great to play at the Palace. We had a great time watching you guys. Super excited to see you play. I haven't had a chance to see you play in over a year, and it was fantastic. And then I'll also say this. I'm sure you're going to talk about more. Were you going to talk more?
I guess I'm about done, but the only thing I was going to say really is that, again, there's a lot of good bands, but the World's End has got my vote for best rock band, cover band in Cleveland or even in the country. I'd like to see any band in the country come on after a World's End, and
yeah, okay.
That's a big task doing that. But the last thing I want to say was, by the way, Jeff won Best News Podcast in Cleveland last year for the in the Scene magazine poll. Pretty cool.
True.
So he's number one still in that, and we want to duplicate that. We want to be the number one.
Look at that, Jim, right there.
Podcast in Cleveland this year.
Best News Podcast, loud and local.
There you go.
And if anybody knows, Jim was on the last two episodes. Well, actually, you were August until January on Loud and Local. We're on hiatus. We may or may not come back. We might come back next year. But right now, we're riding the wave, feeling the bull on Outlaw Radio. So we're having a great time.
So congratulations on that, and I hope we duplicate it this year.
I think we might.
You guys could help us out there.
It would be nice to win the CMAs and actually really beat like 107.3. That'd be super cool.
That's going to be tough to do.
All right, so
I think.
After we went to the Palace, Jim said, let's go to Smedley's. So we went to Smedley's, bumped into a bunch of people there. We're outside talking about possibly bringing Carmine Apiece on the show. We don't know if it'll happen, but somebody has an in on that. And then the other cool thing that happened was we saw the band Beefcake. Then Jim said, that's Tim Ginley playing across the street at the Backstage Bar. So we went across the street to see Tim Ginley's band, Sky's the Limit.
Boy, did they perform. It was really cool. The Camp's Corner is between the two bars there. You could go, walk across the street. I guess they, when the band takes a break, you go across the street and you You listen to the other band, so you're helping both venues, helping both vans. There's a lot of a nice camaraderie between the bands and the musicians in Cleveland. I find out. Although there's a few that are a little bit wild and crazy, but overall it's a really good scene. And you got to include Cleveland Spotlight as one of the bars there, where I forget, on Madison and maybe 70th or something like that. Check out Cleveland Spotlight. I played there last week, and it was a lot of fun.
Spotlight Cleveland.
Spotlight Cleveland.
Yeah, backstage bar, Smedley's, the Palace. That was our week, man. We had a fantastic week. So it's been a great show. We do have a couple more things that we're going to discuss. I do want to play 2 songs in a row to finish out the show, but yeah, we had a great time.
Yes, we did.
It's been so much fun. And I'll say this, too. This is the one thing that stuck in my mind from this past weekend. Not one place, not 2 places, 3 places. Me and Jim walk in, people know us. That, guys, that is success. That's what I say success is.
Our first show, nobody watched or listened. Nobody. There was
Barely.
0.
Well, we had I think Johnny Rocker may have watched, and Matt.
Were there a few?
We actually did really well in the beginning for what it was, and we really sucked in the beginning. So
I was terrible. I hope I'm getting better. But anyways, we're across the street, and we hear somebody yelling from Smedley's, "Hey, Outlaw Radio there!" No kidding. That was Rob Johnson. Thank you, Rob. We want you to play at. Consider playing at the Boutique Festival, but then we talked to him, and he actually, I call him Carmen Appice, but with Beck Bogart and Appice, is that really Appice? It's Appice. I did not know.
Appice or Appice? Okay. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Yeah, but it's pretty funny. People are actually recognizing us now, and it's pretty.
It's super cool. I will not lie. I'm going to tell you guys straight up. It is freaking awesome. It's an awesome feeling. And that's, for me, that's success, Jim. That's awesome.
I'm digging it. I didn't think this was going to happen. I didn't think I could hack this, and I'm learning my way.
He's doing great, don't you think, guys? And here's the other thing. So we walk into backstage bar, and the guy on drums is Tim Ginley, and they're in between songs, and he goes, "Jim Bellinger, Jeff Antolini, now the party can get started." And we're like, man, that's so freaking cool.
Yeah, Tim is always like that. Yeah. He's the greatest guy. And his drums sounded absolutely outstanding. I did tell him, and Sky's the Limit was the band, and they had some great harmonies going down there.
Yeah, well, we're going to have him on the show, Tim Ginley, Josh Donato. There's so many people coming, man. I can't even name them all right now. But we're going to be back at it next week. And let me tell you what we have coming for next week, okay? Because it is exciting. And then we're going to lead out the show. And we have something very special that we're leading out with today, okay? So let me tell you what's coming next week. Next week on Outlaw Radio, we have a sinister show, okay? Paranormal Chef will be back. We're talking about the godfather of the occult, the great beast himself. And this was asked of us by one of our listeners for a paranormal segment. This was asked from us by the bass player from the band Camry when we were at Sacred Vortex. He's like, "Can you play my music?" And I'm like, absolutely. And I was like, "And if you want, you can pick our paranormal segment because it's wide open." So he came up with Mr. Crowley.
That sounds interesting.
Aleister Crowley, the godfather of the occult.
Crowley.
Mr. Crowley.
That's all the words I know.
Don't you talk to the dead.
Oh, really? Oh.
Mr. Lolly. Yeah, I don't know how the rest goes. That's close, though, I think.
Close.
Yeah, no. All right, so we'll also touch on a little bit of Anton LaVey, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Satanic Bible. I've never looked into the Satanic Bible ever before, so I'm interested to do a little research on that to find out about that Bible. It's got to be crazy. Don't you think it would be, Jim?
I'm waiting for that to happen.
Yeah, it's going to be weird. All right, so we have a great lineup. We have Stadler, brand new song. We have Avoid Dead, who you're going to start hearing a lot about. We have My Cleveland Project, a brand new song. We have the song we played today by Dwayne Albert's Devil's Rodeo. The Gene Reed Band has another new song. You like their reggae sound.
Yeah.
The Voodoo Death Gun will be on the show. A killer band called The Rising Fall. PCD 555 from France. The Joe Davis Band, and Mr. Moonlight. You like that lineup?
Yes.
That sounds amazing. A mix of heavy rock, rock and roll, and a teeny bit of country will be in there. Okay. Interviewing on that show, we are bringing back My Cleveland Project. That's just for you, Dave. Here's one for you, Renee. Okay. Also, so we'll have My Cleveland Project coming back again. And then we have our buddy Dwayne Albert, who's never been interviewed on Outlaw Radio or Loud and Local. We owe you, buddy. So we're going to have him. Mr. Moonlight has a little story about Ukraine and how that whole crazy stuff started. This is going to go way back, so this is going to be a history lesson for you guys, okay? And then he's going to deliver his tribute to Big Chuck.
That's right.
Who recently passed. And we both loved that show. We thought it was fantastic. But, yeah, that's what we have in store for you next week.
It's really something. Big Chuck died on little John's birthday.
You know,
And that's.
I didn't know that until you told me. When I read your little thing for next week.
What a thing to happen like that. But
I had no idea that happened. And, yeah.
But I just have a pretty much history of Big Chuck and Little John and Houlihan and Tom Conway and everything. Is pretty neat.
Distant Sun Rising said the Satanic Bible backwards, right? And she said the evil people will love it. Well, Monica, what I'm looking to do is kind of compare the two Bibles. Our Bible, right, compared to the Satanic Bible. I want to see what the differences are. You know, this isn't so much how we're going to praise the Satanic Bible. I just want to know about it, see what the differences are. So that's what we're going to do, Monica.
Sounds interesting.
All right, so we're at that time. We're going to lead out the show. We've had a great time. Right, Jim? I've had a great time.
Yes, I definitely have.
And we're going to get ready.
I think the best, actually.
Yeah, this might be, it's definitely one of the better ones. Our interviews are getting better and better. The show's getting better and better, and we're really excited about it. So, okay, guys, this is Outlaw Radio. You stay classy, Cleveland. And we'll see you next week. Anything you'd like to say, Jim, before we
Crank up
kick
that
it off?
volume on that song.
All right, well,
because I have problems with
I got two
output.
I got two in a row. And I got to bring this one down. I don't know where the hell it went. Hold on 1 second.
Yes.
Okay. Kicking it off, Starving Goddess, Those Drugs. And finishing out the last song of the night, Mr. Moonlight's My Little Girl. You have a great night, Cleveland. We'll see you very soon. Hi, this is Jeff James.
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
And you're listening to Outlaw Radio.
There's babies living off the street. Religion, it is free. The Bible's for you and me. Better get off those drugs. Better get off those drugs. Relations just for
Gotta get off those drugs. This is Mr. Moonlight.
In the
My little
beginning,
girl.
I met you, dear. I was so lonely, then you came here. You gave me so much joy, my little girl. Now my life has changed, dear. I'm just flying in the sky, dear. I don't ask how or why, my little girl. My little girl. We're on a carousel of love. We're spinning round and up and down. It's the motion I need, my little girl. The story isn't going to change here. I'll be with you at every bend, dear. 'Cause you're the one I love, my little girl.